I had lunch the other day with Eric Hopp, and and this was the day after Eddie had passed, and I brought him up about it, and he goes, "Yeah," I said, "I think I might know some of the songs if I heard them." And I looked at him and said, in his world, you had the record that you went backwards with, and everybody danced, and I was like, this guy's playing instruments. He was the innovator of. Gene Simmons tells a story from Kiss about how he just stumbled into a club and saw him play, and afterwards had to go tell him, "Hey man, when you do all that fingerboard stuff, you have to turn your back to the audience, or you're going to get ripped off blind, kid." He said, "You can't let them see how you're doing that." So he would turn his back when he would do solos, so that until they signed with a record label, so that they didn't get ripped off. And there's an old band called Angel that tried to rip him off. You ever remember all that? No.
I don't even know you. Do you know Angel?
Yeah. I was a big Van Halen fan, so I'm going to tell you this little story, which is funny. And they put that picture up there on the internet.
Is it funny or interesting?
It's interesting.
Okay, we want interesting.
So, this is 1986, and Sammy Hagar became the lead singer, and they went on tour, the 5150 tour, and cameras were illegal at that time. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but you couldn't take a camera into a concert. So I snuck a camera in, and you had to get Kodak 400 film because it would be the one that you could get the best picture with motion with it. And I snuck this camera in, and I'm wandering around in the crowd. It's just a mess down there in front of the stage, and I would pop up every now and then and take pictures of them. And these big bouncers saw me doing it, and they were coming after me, and they were chasing me. I was hiding in between people, and then would pop up and take a picture.
Like a little gopher.
We put this picture on...
Whack-a-mole. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I learned a lot of things sneaking cameras into concerts. You know what? You'd think you'd want to get the roll of film that you could take 36 pictures on. No, you don't, because you might get 30 pictures and someone catches you and takes them all away. You want just the 12. Change your film, get that other one in your pocket so those don't get taken. Happened to me at Tom Petty. Anyway, that's where I learned it at. Hi, young man. Stop back and visit.
$10. Yeah.
$10 chops. Only $10.
And a picture with Joe.
So, that's a photo op. So anyway, I'm taking these pictures of these guys are chasing me. Lloyd put the picture up on the internet. I have it hanging in my office. I'm telling you, when you look at the picture, Eddie is just standing in front of me with a grin on his face because he loves the fact that these guys are chasing me everywhere and I'm taking pictures. It's funny. Look at the picture, just standing staring at me.
Sammy's in the background there.
Yep, Sammy's in the background, letting loose. Good stuff.
I hope he sees that guy right there.
Ooh, that was close right there.
Yeah, okay.
Did you put it on the YouTube thing?
He uses his mirror.
So you make it sound like wasn't just one occurrence. You do this at all the concerts?
Oh,
he still does it to this date.
I mean, you just
now you can just take a phone and do it. But back when, I went to Farm Aid. You got to sneak cameras in places. The very first Farm Aid.
How'd you sneak it in?
Well, you have ways. I'm not going to reveal my secrets.
Don't.
Was it a pretty big camera
earlier?
Yeah.
But did Jake Plummer help you?
You think anybody's still got a Jake Plummer T-shirt they're wearing? No.
No, he just
I'm the only one.
He helped you hide it.
Hey, you guys go back out there and listen and watch some of the old Eddie Van Halen stuff. That guy was the king.
Yeah, he was, and I did do that a lot on YouTube after his passing, just because you don't really realize what you have until it's gone. I mean, you take for granted, like, okay, it's Van Halen, but then you start looking back on some of these videos and like, man, they're really good, and it's songs that, a lot of soundtrack, Van Halen stuff that you hear in movies and stuff like that you don't really realize, but
pretty talented guy.
Yeah, then you watch him play the guitar, and you're just like, how is he doing that?
How do you do that?
It's amazing.
It's crazy how much better the music was than what
80s.
it is. Yeah, I mean, than what it is even today.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have as much to it. It doesn't grip you like it's a passing song now. Everything is out here. And
remember how it used to be? You had to. Oh, so here's a little Van Halen stat. The first Van Halen came out in February of '78, and they sold 10 million copies. Now, there was no Amazon. There was no, you didn't order it on your phone. You didn't go on the internet and get it. You had to physically drive to a store somewhere, Co-op Tapes and Records or somewhere, and buy the album. And they sold 10 million of them in 10 months. It's amazing. That's a lot of albums.
Speaking of stats, we just have a stat come over across the the stat line. Jake Plummer is 3-0 against Tom Brady.
That's right. You said that over.
That's courtesy of Bo Donahue.
Yeah, you know what?
3-0.
I'm going to have to give Jake a phone call and congratulate him on that, because that's a Hall of Famer he's beating there all the time.
Yeah, and you guys talk about 80s music. If you guys like 80s music, you got to watch Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
brings it back. It's horrible.
You know, Joe, you will not learn a thing from being on the show.
No. But I'm going to tell you what, the soundtrack for Cobra Kai
is good?
Is going to be phenomenal.
Solid. It's solid.
The best soundtrack
Cobra Kai. That's funny stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big riff why Van Halen and Dave Lee Roth got out was because, Eddie was so talented. He wanted to play the piano and keyboards and synthesizers and songs, and Dave didn't want to.
Well.
And then he came out, and then so he popped out there with Jump, and Jump's probably one of the most, well-known songs, all over.
You hear it, Jump, Panama. I mean, they've got a bunch of songs, and, and even the songs that aren't so popular, phenomenal, just the guitar.
Yeah, those are kind of my favorites, the ones you don't hear all the time.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And I tell you what, like we said earlier, 2020 hasn't been good. When did we lose the AC/DC guy?
Malcolm Young.
Yeah. Was that June?
That was this year, right?
Yes, I'm trying. Yeah,
and AC/DC coming out with a new album in November.
Mm-hmm. And a tour.
Hopefully.
And they've been catered to by the NFL now. Have you seen that?
Who?
Like AC/DC was on the NFL Network yesterday talking about their new album and the NFL. I thought it was kind of interesting.
I don't think if it has to do with the NFL, there's been much seen this year.
No? I've been watching.
Jake doesn't like the NFL.
Jake does not like the NFL.
It's not that I dislike the NFL. It's that I dislike the
politics in the
politics that have become in the NFL.
You told us you were going to be good today.
In sports. It's difficult.
Well, actually, he told us that he wasn't sticking around. And
I thought
this show is so good and interesting.
Then I saw Joe
you just
coming
can't
on.
Pull yourself away.
He can't leave now. Look at him. He can't leave. You want a picture with us, Jake?
I have.
I feel like you should have one up in the store, like big 20 by 20.
I do.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. A poster type thing. So let's talk about it. Did the Bears win?
Did the Bears win?
That's like if a bear goes to the restroom in the woods, did it really happen?
Yeah. How are the Chicago Bears 4-1?
I don't know, because I'm watching the first quarter.
Trap.
I'm watching the
trap game coming up.
Yeah. I'm watching Bears score a touchdown. And then a turnover. Bears score another touchdown and go up a half. I'm like, all right, this is getting interesting.
What a catch in the end zone by
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham cracker, man.
One arm catch.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
that guy's a monster.
He's still got some talent.
He does. And he does, and I don't think the Packers utilized him so much like that, when he was there, because he's still got some football left in him. Now, is it like back when he was playing with Seattle? No. But he's still got that big body and that big basketball frame where he can kind of just post you up and catch it one-handed.
When I was in Arizona one year and they were playing Seattle, I got up, like this close to him from here at Jim.
Got a picture?
From 10 feet away.
Did you get a picture?
You just seem to be in the right spot at the right time, Joe.
I'm just telling you, the guy is a monster.
I don't even know.
He's a ballerina.
Are all these stories
He's a
true?
Monster.
A monster ballerina.
He's a monster ballerina. It's unbelievable. He's a man-child. Who said that last week? Man-child.
2 weeks ago, I think he said that.
There wasn't a whole much said last week, guys.
Hey, and you know what? I don't know. Maybe. I was going to go back to the Bear game. You know what won that Bear game?
We're still on that.
And we talk about defense.
Was it the score?
But the score is what won it. If you score more points, you will win. Shaner told me that.
It's good philosophy.
They blitzed him up the middle of the field all day, and he's immobile, and he was out of sync. And to credit the Bear defense, man, they were all over him. He got knocked down a lot.
He did. Well, a lot of those were. It was one of these, and he fell down. And he's.
Did you watch the same game?
It's hard on an offensive line.
Yeah, I did watch the same game.
Well, he got popped a lot.
Yeah. But then a lot of those were
guys
just
going up the
little,
middle like that,
and he falls down. But if you got Khalil Mack coming at you, I'm falling too. Because did you see what he did to the 320-pound
Yes,
lineman?
he threw that guy.
He just arm chucked him 10 yards like he was a sack of taters. And
that guy's a rookie, and he got up and said, "Thank you for my lunch," and he went right back.
He went back to the huddle.
Yeah,
not
going to say a word to Mac.
He's like, "Crap, that was just."
I tell
TV.
you what, I don't think he could throw a sack of taters as far as he threw that guy.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, it was a good game. If you're a Bear fan, if you're a Tampa Bay fan like our buddy Lloyd over there. And I wasn't going to say anything all. I wasn't going to say
Tampa Bay fans
all night.
Before the game.
You didn't get a single text, nothing from me, and then he posted first, and I hopped on.
Yep, and you took care of business.
But it was facts. It wasn't anything slamming because I don't do that.
You know, you get 4 downs in football, right?
You do.
You get 4.
Yeah.
How funny!
And you
is
do
that
have an opportunity to get 4 more.
How funny is that picture of Brady with that confused look on his face with the 4 fingers up? That's funny. Is that up on our Facebook page?
Yeah.
Playoffs.
There's not a whole lot up on our Facebook page. That's the golf pro right there. He's coming in to get him something.
Yeah, that's pretty funny stuff, I'll tell you. Brady will never live that down.
No. Dementia maybe setting in. I don't know.
So we have the Jets at quarantine. What do you know? Anything about it? They're playing the Cardinals.
It was moved back till what, Tuesday?
Is it really? I haven't
heard.
I haven't heard what it's doing.
Titans, I know we're in a mess. Maybe their game was pushed back. I don't know. It's kind of jumbled up right now.
Their game was pushed back from last week to the end of October.
And then
is it really?
Yeah.
End of October.
But they are scheduled to play this week.
Well,
there's my 2 cents.
There you go. Well, you just brought a lot more knowledge than we have.
I was just about ready to say, do you guys realize he just brought more knowledge to this show?
Now, obviously, he watches football.
Did you see how calm he sat there and just told it to us?
Now, we asked you about baseball, and now we're going to ask you about football. Any favorite football team?
Coming from Indianapolis, that's the Colts.
Oh, Philip Rivers.
I had the opportunity to watch Peyton play a number of times.
There you go.
And
how about them Colts? Looking pretty solid this year with Philip Rivers at quarterback.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, you probably had the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, the other team be the Titans because spending a lot of time down in Nashville where my daughter's at. They're fun to watch.
That's a great stadium.
I like it. Yeah.
That's a great place.
As long as you didn't say Cowboys, Raiders.
No.
Okay, but I'm on board with that. Colts and the Titans. That's 2 solid teams.
Blue collar teams.
Yeah,
there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And tell us again about what's going on up here. Why are we at IGA today? Before we end the show.
We're here with the military of the Purple Heart. We're doing the pork chop ribeye from 11 to 1:30 and raise funds for not only the Purple Heart but also help raise funds for all the posts here in Logan County. That fundraiser is still going on, and we'll be here from 11 till at least 1:30, and of the first responders, whether you're on duty, off duty, let us know who you are. You get a free lunch. If you're stuck where you're at, call us. We'll deliver. And we are very appreciative of you guys letting us be on here and give us a plug all morning. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And Joe, when he says first responders, that doesn't mean first responder to the hospitality room. That means
no.
That means police officers, firefighters, EMTs.
Correct.
All
9/11.
Those type of
That's
people.
what he's talking about?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, not the first to respond to a free sandwich.
Thank you for clearing that up for me.
Yeah.
Now, and it's only $10, isn't
it? You might be deterring people.
I think we're going to charge you $10.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay $10.
Well, anyway, we are, we'll be here.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
It's a fundraiser.
Yeah, there's a number of places that you're not going to get this much food for $10.
No, that's exactly right.
Absolutely.
It's a fundraiser.
And
it's a fundraiser.
2 for $20. There you go.
There you go.
And it
That
goes for a
works.
good cause, and it keeps it all local. That's what you kind of emphasize right
Yes,
here. All
it's
the money
used
that
here.
you guys raise helps your local,
Get them straight.
Veterans, yeah.
local veterans. And,
Yep.
like you said earlier, when you start donating to the federal, organizations,
National,
which you
yeah.
don't discourage, but you're only getting a percentage of that, where all this is 100% to help your local.
Yep.
And why not support your local veterans and keep it all right here?
Exactly. Yep. We appreciate that.
I think it's going to warm up today. It's going to be hot.
It's supposed to be a real nice day today, so you guys couldn't have picked a better day. And now, you said, what happened to the shed? They just kind of do away with that?
About 2 years ago, they give up on that. And it was really in need of some work. And actually, this has worked much better right here.
Okay.
From a fundraising standpoint, probably about a third more income than over there.
Well, that probably ate up a lot of parking spots where people drove by and were like, well, there's no room in there, so we'll
It was kind of haphazard to get in and out of there.
You can do the hard close on the sales when the people are coming out.
Yeah, it's hard to turn down a sandwich for $10.
Yeah, it's only $10. And we thought about
you
making
say you're
it.
getting a soda with that?
We thought about making it 15, but we made it only 10, didn't we?
Yeah, we only made it.
We wanted to keep it affordable for the people,
Now you have him thinking it's 10.
You need to come by and see what the real price is, folks.
Stop early and stop often, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember,
they do warm up nicely.
It's election season, so vote early, vote often, come
That's
here
right.
and buy more sandwiches.
Hold on.
We'll celebrate.
That vote often thing. That's becoming controversial right now.
Don't
yes.
push on him. He's crazy.
He's
Now, we'll sell it to you for
It's good that we're
$6,
at
but
the
we
end,
appreciate
isn't
you.
it?
just opened up a can of worms for another whole show.
There
Holy
you
cow. You know what? Hour number 2.
Should we do a Sunday morning show?
Yeah.
Hey, now, what's that saying about that race? That we're going to sell you that seat?
You only need half of it?
You'll only need the edge.
Yeah. We're going to do these sandwiches. We're going to sell them to you for $6, but we sure appreciate 10.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
Absolutely. And, of course, you got to thank IGA. They do a great job, and, they do through the whole community. If you need something, they're there. They'll.
Well, I will tell you, today, this date was booked in January because everybody wants to do their fundraisers here.
Absolutely.
Charlie, IGA is so great.
Yep.
And he always puts a little bit extra in there at the end, and it's, and you're supporting a local store here that takes on the giants, and it's still going.
It's still going.
That's right.
And there's only really 2 grocery stores left in town, and IGA going strong. And
Absolutely.
they
Yeah.
appreciate your business.
IGA's and Aldi's.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Aldi. Yeah, there's 3.
Yeah.
Good job, Jake.
Oh,
Thanks,
I thought
buddy.
you were only talking about Aldi's. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
We're not going to mention them on here. We're just talking about the IGA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't do our research before we come on here. We just fly by the seat of our
Some
pants.
of you don't.
Absolutely no knowledge.
No knowledge, no itinerary, no agenda.
Joe, it's hard to believe we're the number 1 rated show between 9 and 10 in Logan County and have been for
Just on Saturday mornings.
and have been for 5 years.
Wow. You should
Number 1.
You should franchise this.
Well, we're trying
gonna
to go
syndicate it.
We're trying to go big.
We just want to go wireless, Jake, for the love of everything good in America.
We're trying to make this show great again, but Jim just won't give us a debit card
There you go.
to do what we need to do. Our traveling expenses,
He's got his finger on a button over there for
I'll tell you something right now.
because it's our
He's squeaky tight, too.
Playoffs?
Go ahead, turn the music on, Jim. We'll just
all
run
right.
them out.
Joe, thanks for
at it.
taking
Thank
some
you so
time.
much. Thank
You're doing great work out here. I know the veterans
$10
appreciate it. And it's much needed, and hopefully you have a good turnout today.
Thank you.
Once again, come out to the IGA for their pork chop ribeye sandwiches.
They'll sell them to you for $6, but they'd appreciate 10.
Appreciate a little donation. Every dollar that they make, it's going to help a local veteran. So thanks for tuning in to the Cheap Seats. Next week, we're going to be
Somewhere good.
You're
not going to want to miss it.
It's about mid-October, and we're still outside, fellas, so you can't beat that.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for us today here on the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Good day.
The Cheap Seats Live Saturday morning sports show on WLCN 96.3 and WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Jake's Furnishings, 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Furnish your home for less at Jake's. The Grimaldi Law